Bitcoin is going down right now as we speak. Today we will talk about, with DavinciJ15, which price targets we may hit, also according to the short trade we covered in the last episode. We will also do very surprising TA on Ethereum. You do not want to miss out on this one on Bitcoin and on Ethereum. And in the end, we will talk about the Goldman Sachs news, Goldman Sachs recommending Bitcoin, and we will reveal a little mystery why they were buying Bitcoin in the first place. So you do not want to miss out on that. Stay here, smash up the like button right now. And with that being said, without any further ado, DavinciJ15, the most important question of today. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great. I went to the doctor's yesterday and they took some x-rays to make sure that the bar that I have in my ankle is fine, because it felt like it was falling off, right? But yeah, it was fine. It was nothing was loose or anything like that. So I was glad to hear that. So how are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing well also. It is so great that you are close to getting to these 100% for your leg. For everyone who wants to get into this last little percentage to 100%, smash up the like button right now. And to answer your question, I'm doing well, especially after you told us about your leg doing well and this whole X-ray doctor thing working out well also. So, I mean, the most important thing of today, besides the most important question, is Bitcoin going down. And everyone is asking where might be going to. And according to our last episode where we did the short trade, you have a very specific idea about it. We will refresh that a little bit and also tell the viewers what we can do right now, either if we missed out on that trade or if we did not miss out on that. So we have a perfect strategy, actually. We will talk about that and afterwards go to Ethereum also.
All right, yeah, perfect. Well, you know, it's been it's today we woke up and, you know, the New York boys, right? You know, they brought out their AK-47 at 9:30, 9 o'clock, and they said, if you want to clear every mofo in the room, except no substitute.
Yeah, and they did so. They
boys,
scared the Moon Boys.
Get rid of those guys. Anyways. Anyways, it looks like this short trade that we mentioned here is going well. I know that you were. I didn't take this trade. I just said, you know what, I'd be looking for the short trade. If I could find some reason to jump in the short, I would. I didn't find anything, and so I'm not participating. I'm wondering how many people actually did participate in this trade, because after the last failed one, it's really difficult for people to just, you know, brush themselves off and go on to the next trade. And that defines a good trader, is the person who says, okay, yeah, I lost a little bit, next trade.
Yeah, that's great, Da Vinci. Perfect. What you said, please, everyone, leave your thoughts in the comment section if you participated. Da Vinci, sorry for interrupting. I know we will always get hate when we interrupt you, but I wanted to incentivize everyone to answer to Da Vinci's question. It would be actually great to see. Please go on, Da Vinci.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it'd be good to see if people like, okay, say, you know what, who cares? You know what, trading is not an exact science. You have to understand that. It just goes by percentages, right? And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, right? The key job is to win more than you lose. And so long as you could get like above 55%, 50%, you're good. You're good with your trading. You just have to control how much you spend each time. Like, for example, if your losses are only $100 here, $100 on on the previous trade, right? If this trade works out, and I think it will, I think it most likely will, you will be ahead of the game with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or at least break even. And so I would suggest you just keep, when you're trading, you keep the amount you're going to possibly lose with any particular trade to a fixed amount every single time.
Yes.
That is really good money management. So let's just say I can only afford to lose $10, right? And not lose sleep over it. Well, guess what? Then every time that you see this kind of trade where you're saying, okay, the risk to reward ratio, you have to make sure that the maximum you could lose is $10 on this trade.
Exactly. And DaVinci, what you are mentioning is actually very important. We will go to the price targets just in a minute. Guys, please hold on, but this is very important because what many people are underestimating is the power of compound interest. If you are gaining on average, because your expected value is 55%, on average 5% per trade, just imagine where that averages out to. Just imagine, even though you are starting at $10, that's $10.50 the next time. You know, just make the math. It's compound interest. And if you are really disciplined and you are taking these trades according to your trading strategy, and your trading strategy gives you a 5% edge, this will equate to a tremendously higher amount, whether you are starting from $10 or $1,000 or $10,000. It does not matter. You have to be disciplined. You have to stick to your trading plan, and you shouldn't be greedy, guys. This is a very important finding. Thank you so much, DaVinci. And yeah, maybe we can also go into that specific trade and find some targets.
Yeah, one more thing, just in the casinos, when you play blackjack, which is like 21 for some people. Basically, the house only gets a 51% odds of winning the house.
Yes.
You have a 49% chance, and yet they still allow you to play blackjack. Why? Because that 1% is enough to make them lots of money. So
exactly.
Consider that.
Exactly. And for online casinos, it's actually sometimes higher. They make 99 point something %. So you have just point something % below your average edge. And that's enough because they don't have to use so many staffs and so on, and they can make more rollovers. So in the end, you just need a very slight thing above your fees to pay you for your time, and then maybe get some additional rewards. That's very true, DaVinci. Maybe we don't even need 5%.
Exactly. So anyways, what I was saying before is that the most likely target here right now is the 61.8, because Bitcoin loves the 61.8. It also loves to play ping pong against the 61.8. We've already bounced off the last 61.8 here at what was it? Exactly $12,000 and some change, $40 extra. And so if we draw a line here, let's just see if we can see a pattern emerging. Now that the direction is clear, and we clone this, right? Let's see if we have a pattern emerging. Oh my God. I did not know that.
This was not planned, guys. It was not planned. DaVinci, is this up to the exact dollar? Is this up to the exact cent? Like, come on.
Yeah, pretty much, almost, right? It doesn't matter because it's so close. It doesn't have to be the exact cent.
This is just me saying up to the exact cent. Of course, it's not up to the exact cent, but we can also not draw it like 100% perfectly into that chart. We have to zoom in a lot, but it is like really on top of the point. It's exactly at that price level. It's crazy.
So when things line up like that, what I notice is that they generally going to happen, right? Not always, but most of the time, right?
That's so crazy.
So you pretty much got a almost a sure thing, because nothing's a sure thing in this thing. But it really helps when that happens, right? Where you go, oh, well, let's see if there's some other pattern to help me prove that this is coming. It's coming down here, and there you go. You got the A, B equals C, D pattern, bringing it all the way down here. And I bet you that if we look for other patterns or something like that, I'm not very good at like the bat and sharks and all that kind of stuff patterns, but I'm sure if we look for them, I'm sure it'll probably take us into that area as well.
Yeah, just like all of a sudden. But it's actually great that you are mentioning that, because we should never ever look at only one indicator. And here, having not only the Fibonacci retracement of 61.8, which is already very strong and can even stay for itself, we have the ABC equals CD, which is exactly also pointing towards the 10,341 level. I mean, guys, it can get front run, it can get overshot. It is very important to move your stop losses maybe if you want to take some profits from the table on the way down. And I mean, it's really, really important to do so. But nevertheless, DaVinci, that looks already really nice. It's such a nice coincidence here. So your suggestion is actually, if someone got into that short trade from the last episode, you would actually stay in, maybe move your stop losses, and then clear your position nearby the price level of the 61.8, which is 10,341. What is your suggestion for the people who were standing on the sidelines, maybe didn't watch the episode, maybe came to another conclusion, and which people who didn't went into this short trade?
Well, I would suggest if we were to jump into this trade, your stop loss, I think the people who are in this trade should set their stop losses at the entry point for sure. And then if they want to jump into this trade, generally the 38.2 acts as a resistance. We kind of like resisted it here and did not resist it here. So we might have to check the 38.2 before we actually roll over. So if that happens today, any kind of checking of the 38.2 would have to happen today. We'd have to go down to a shorter time frame, right, and look for a rollback to the 38.2. Now, because we don't have, let me just draw a complete line of the 38.2 so that we could actually see it, because it's a little bit far away from here. Let me just add a horizontal line, which is right about here. 38.2 is 11,096 for those who can't read that. We're going to break down to the 15-minute chart, and you can see that we're bouncing up, and we might test the 38.2. So what you want to do is look for a test of 38.2, a failed test of the 38.2, and then forget this line. This is not a trend line, so do not consider that a trend line, please. And see what happens. See what happens from there, and then decide whether or not to jump into this trade around the 38.2 level mark. And but you'd have to look for a reason to trade, basically, not just the 38.2. I'm going to jump in.
Yes.
Has to be. You have to look for some sort of trading plan strategy that you've come up with to say, hey, you know what? I've seen this pattern before. It's going in the direction that I know that it should be going into, and it's a good trade. Done. And then you got this. You got the AB equals CD. You got the 61.8 and your trading plan. So you got it gold.
Perfect, man. We have the perfect game plan for everyone watching. Make your own research. Apply to your own trading plan. Do not copy past everything. It's very important. This is no financial advice, and you should definitely make your own TA, your own research, because otherwise you are not learning anything from it. But that's actually a very nice thing, DaVinci. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And also, a lot of people are asking about Ethereum, because there are major opportunities for Ethereum also. You know, guys, you can long and short Bitcoin, but you can also long and short Ethereum, especially, for example, on Bybit. We have a collaboration out there. We have until tomorrow a bonus of 0.2 Bitcoin. You get $110 for free, but you can also deposit 6 Ethereum and you get $110 for free. So if you sign up there, which takes you 20 seconds, and you deposit 6 Ethereum, you get also $110. All you have to do is click the link in the pinned comment. Just click it, sign up. It's in the pinned comment, and you can get a nice bonus and take advantage also of the situation in Ethereum. So, DaVinci, back to you. What do you think about Ethereum right now? Do you think it looks very great? Do you think we should take some caution here? What are your predictions?
Before we get to the charts, I would like to talk about Ethereum. I think Ethereum is a good idea. I don't like how it was implemented, but you know what? They had to sacrifice decentralization in order to make it a programmable language, contract-based language. So I understand the sacrifice that they had to make, but it makes it that in such a way that eventually somebody, if not, I'm not going to do it because I'm not that kind of crazy person or somebody who would actually rob other people, but
no.
But I could technically write a software program, right, which will start making people money, making me money, and then everybody will get into it, and it will collapse based on tail risk, which will eventually occur. And because of that, everybody will have to get bailed out because it will be too systemic. I can make it so that it's systemic, and then everybody has to get bailed out. And because of that bailout, that means that, you know what, they will be able to do it because, hey, you know what, you screwed up, but who cares? We're gonna give you back your money, right? And that's not how capitalism should work. If you make a mistake, you got to pay for it, right? And by forcing it on us, like for example, the way Bitcoin forces our behavior to be straightforward, and if we make a mistake, we lose, right? No matter what, there's no coming back. That's the way it should be, because then you won't make those mistakes. You won't make that choice that would destroy your financial freedom, right? Your financial ability to make money, right? You don't want to lose all your money, so you won't make choices that will make you lose all your money. And unfortunately, I think Ethereum, right, the way it was designed, you can technically create systems that would make you lose all your money, but that force them to bail you out. But that's the way it goes. That's not terrible. It's just that it's something we do need. It's just that we just have to watch out for those systems. That's all it is, right? Yes. You got to say, okay, listen, you know what? I know that this is possible, and I'm not gonna get involved in systems like that unless, you know, I know most people out there, Chris, they were like, you know what? I'd like to get into Ponzi schemes. Do you know how many Ponzi scheme systems, people who named a Ponzi scheme, and people bought in?
Yeah, too many, man. Too many. I'm so happy that in our team, actually, no one ever got involved into a Ponzi scheme. I mean, not even in cloud mining. We never ever fell for anything, but it is actually so appealing, especially if you are new in the space. It's horrible, man. It's really horrible.
Yeah, I mean, do you know when I asked those people, hey, so why would you get into a Ponzi scheme that's called a Ponzi scheme? And they, you know what they told me? They told me because they're going to get out ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, they think we are early in the pyramid, and we can just take advantage of the people joining below us. But why are you joining something in the first place where you know that it's going to collapse? Like, it's just crazy, man. It's really like crazy. And I think many people, even though it's not called Ponzi scheme most of the times, they join these things only because of greed. And I mean, only to take advantage of the people they onboard below them. And it's really, really crazy to see that. And it's one of our missions to prevent people of doing so. So that being said, maybe we can do a very, very quick like TA on Ethereum. You wanted to talk about that, and there must be a reason to it.
Yeah, well, this is not looking good, right? As you can see, right, we didn't quite make it up to the $400 level that I was looking for when I was calling back in the days. I thought we can get up to that 400 level. We didn't quite make it, and that's unfortunate, right? Because you know, what we did was rolled right over. As you can see, the market just smiled at us and said, "See you when I see you."
DaVinci, can I say something? Sorry. Yeah, I know. Wouldn't wanna be, but on the other hand, you were starting talking about Ethereum going to 400 and maybe higher at 180, and I mean, everyone who didn't take any profits on the way up to 360, which is like 10% below 400, but 100% above 180, then I really have to ask the question, maybe, guys, you should put into your trading plan that you take profits on the way up, especially if it's not a long-term holding portfolio, but a trading portfolio. But so still, I think a call from 180 to 360 is pretty nice, even though it missed like 10% of your target price.
Yeah, exactly. It's still good. It's still good. But let's see here. What can we see with the price of Ethereum? What is it going to do? So let's draw some fibs, right? Because we've got Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies love fibs, and you can see that we've come down to the 61.8.
Oh yeah, man, exactly.
Right, and that's beautiful. I like that. Right, that's one positive thing. Hopefully it can hold the 61.8. Let's see here. Let me just go with this color here and fill it with this color, because that's the green zone. Oh, we didn't quite touch it. We didn't quite touch the green zone here. So that means we're probably going to come down into this zone here. Do we have like a trend line here that maybe this thing can like hold? There we go. So inside this, inside the reload zone here, or trade location, whatever you want to call it, we got to see that Ethereum's got to hold this trend line, right? Something like that. I'd prefer a different trend line, something that has multiple touch points, not just two.
Yes,
let's just try another one.
Also, in the meantime, for everyone watching, we will have timestamps in the comment section down below, so you can jump back and forth. It's also very important not to miss out on the Goldman Sachs topic in the end. We will have very interesting thoughts about it and a very nice revelation of the mystery who bought them into crypto in the first place. And we can already tell you, you know these guys. But let's talk about that later, DaVinci. Let's talk about that later.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, we've already bounced off of one trend line here. You can see that this trend line here, I'm going to make it a darker color, brighter color purple with a larger line because it's pretty significant, right? You can see that we've already bounced off this trend line, right? We've got this 1, 2 touch point, 2, 3 touch points, another one here, right? Another one here. We're trying to stay above it, but as you can see, it's starting to fail. And with this looking like, you know, market trying to smile at you, right, on the dailies, it's not looking so good. So if we were to go down to like a 4-hour chart, this looks very ugly. Yeah. So if we were to redraw, where's that drawing tool here? Right there. Right, you can see this is not looking that great.
Oh, we have a smiley face again, man.
That's not looking so good. So we got to see that Ethereum's got to hold above this trend line and not come into here, or else the next stop is down where this weaker trend line is right here, which is very visible because it's not strong enough. Yeah. Really, I don't think this trend line is strong enough to hold Ethereum if it starts to dump. Yeah. So I'm interested in Ethereum down here. As you can see, I set an alarm. It's 11 o'clock. I set an alarm here for Ethereum to when it gets down there, I'm gonna start looking for buy orders on Ethereum because it's really good to buy Ethereum in here. I would suggest though, Ethereum loves to turn around December time frame. Because that's when there's lots of tax loss selling, and like clockwork, Ethereum turns at the 78.6.
Oh man!
So yeah, we could see Ethereum around $140.
All right, man. I mean, that sounds crazy. What we have to look out for right now is exactly this purple line, if we can hold it. If we cannot hold it, you will be looking out for nibbling in back into the Ethereum from the starting from the price of 189. And it reminds me on the 180 level where you made that call back in the days, a few months back, where you were saying at $180 that it might be going even to a $400, and we were close to it. So right now, for everyone who was missing out there, we have the green buying zone starting at $189, which might give you another chance to nibble in. So thank you so much for that, DaVinci. Also, because a lot of people were looking for a plan, how to short, how to buy Ethereum, maybe if you want to buy it for the long term, if you want to short it, that might be valuable for you. And DaVinci, you maybe want to talk about Goldman Sachs, the topic everyone is talking about also?
Yes, exactly. As you know, most people are talking about Goldman Sachs analysis. This slide suggests now's a good time to buy Bitcoin. Oh my God, face palm.
Yeah. So everyone thinks that's very, very bullish. In the end, I just want to nibble in before you conclude your thoughts. You want Goldman Sachs to own and to buy Bitcoin, but you do not want to let them talk about that publicly. So usually what you want to do is you want to secretly find out that they bought Bitcoin, but you do not want to listen to them on the mainstream media or anywhere else, like sending it to their mainstream investors, buy Bitcoin. That's usually not the best thing. And we will listen to DaVinci's thoughts, what he thinks about that, and afterwards we will reveal who maybe got them into Bitcoin.
Yeah, as you know, the Goldman Sachs is the vampire squid of the world. They've done some really nasty things. What are some examples of nasty things that they've done, Chris?
So, man, where should I start, man? So, on the one hand, I think they just squeezed out Greece, a beautiful country, but everyone knows the debt problem of Greece. So, I mean, Greece is like giving them their last shirt, actually. This is a very bad thing, but I think the most known thing they have done recently, within the last, I don't know, like 15 years, was before the financial crisis, you know, the housing markets and the really bad mortgages, and then they bundled the mortgages to mortgage-backed securities, and they sold it out to the people as a very nice investment to buy this bundled mortgages, and they didn't tell them that no one will pay for that. And so just right before the financial crisis, they had a very good timing getting rid of all this really bad debt into their balance sheets. They sold it, and they were like one of the only banks who got really well out of this financial crisis. That's like the two most known things for me.
So basically what you're saying, Chris, is that they sell to their investors bad investment advice.
Exactly. That's usually what they do, yeah.
So when you see this, you're like, oh my God, no. Because that means it's definitely going down. It's probably going to go down hard. And that's why I'm like, oh, come on. Can't you guys not do this, please?
But DaVinci, on the other hand, what they are saying is, don't buy if it's going below the 9,084. Maybe that's the exact price where they would be buying below. So, I mean, there's also a little bit of positivity attached to it. Also, we want to remind everyone, we are a little bit bearish on that news. We are very critical to it. That does not mean that our overall bullish consensus on Bitcoin changes. We are still bullish on Bitcoin, but this is actually not a very bullish news. We just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, in the short to medium term, this is not good news. But overall, it doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is going to incredible heights in the future. Yes. It just I don't, of course, you know, Bitcoin can't go up in a straight line, but this is clearly saying, hey, you know what, Bitcoin is due for a pullback. So that's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Right? So that's what we're seeing today.
I have a question, DaVinci. Should we reveal to the people who got them, like David Solomon and the whole Goldman Sachs crew, into Bitcoin?
I think you should. I think we should.
So everyone knows that the MMCrypto team with DavinciJ15 was in Davos at the World Economic Forum. And maybe you have seen that. This is the news here. And you have seen that maybe on our Twitter. You know that we made party with David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, at the private event in Davos, Switzerland, during the World Economic Forum. If you look at this picture, and DaVinci was also like pretty close to that at this point of time, you can maybe count one and one together. Due to legal reasons, we don't want to say too much about it, but just try to count one and one together and think about who got them into Bitcoin. And with that being said, I think we can come to the end of the episode. Everyone, let us know what you think about that in the comment section. And maybe go to our Twitter also at MMCrypto and retweet that tweet. You have to scroll down a little bit. It's from the 5th of July. But yeah, please retweet it and like it. It would be very nice to see who got them in the end into crypto, into Bitcoin. So DaVinci, we have some news about Pandora's wallet, which are pretty interesting, I must say. And some other things. Also, just quickly before we go into Pandora's Wallet, everyone who wants to meet us in person, we will be in DaVinci. It's in 2 days. We will be in Hamburg, Germany, and we will make a very nice meetup with everyone. It's like no entry. We can meet up. We can have some cold drinks. All you have to do is sign up in the Google Docs, Google Forms document in the link in the description down below, and then we will email you the secret location. We can have a meetup. We can talk. We can drink. It will be amazing. Just click that link and sign up. So Pandora's Wallet, DaVinci, you have some really interesting news to share.
Yes, we just released yesterday version 1.1 of Pandora's Wallet. We've really revamped this application quite a bit. We have the new version is side-by-side installable with the previous version, so that means you can keep the old version running with the new version whilst you transfer your transfer your information to the new version. And also it's got saved passwords when you log in, less password requests with the wallet keys. It's faster load times, right? It's a cancel button for the exchange. There's SegWit support as well.
No way.
Yeah,
nice.
We're supporting SegWit, right? Any
nice.
coin that supports SegWit properly, because certain coins do have support for SegWit, but actually the coin doesn't work with their SegWit codes there, but they actually doesn't work. When you send the money to a SegWit address, you can't access it. It's so stupid. But anyways, those are some of the low tier coins.
Yeah, like three and lower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we do have SegWit support for any coins that have supported it really well. We have some minor UI changes, right, and obviously some security fixes as well. So I will be doing some videos today on how to convert over to the new version, right? Because there's a little bit of because of a security issue, you have to convert over to the new version, so that it's a minor security flaw that we had to resolve in this version, and we needed to do a completely way we create the keys. So, but you can actually import your old keys into the new one. So that's all good.
Sounds great, man. So for everyone, we can tell you he is hiring also full-time developers and everything. He has a huge team really working on that day and night, each and every day. It's crazy. And if you download that wallet, you can actually try the test version. You will see a difference day and night. It's really crazy. Check it out. Go to Pandora's Wallet. The link is, as always, in the description down below. It's a test version. It costs you literally nothing, and you will get so much joy from it. Make sure you check that out. It's truly amazing. Thank you so much for putting so much work in such a 100% ethical, correct project, DaVinci. It will be great also to meet everyone in Hamburg. Link also given down in the description down below. His Twitter is given down, very important. But the most important thing today is also his YouTube channel, which is also in the description. He will be sharing a video there also. Make sure you check it out. You subscribe to his channel, subscribe to our channel, hit the bells on both channels, click the like button. And that being said, DaVinci, any last words to say before we wrap it up for today?
Yeah, the key to successful trading is managing your money and not getting wrecked.
Do not get wrecked, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see each other at the next episode of MMCrypto. Very important, the last day of $110 bonus right now. Click the link in the pinned comment right now. Take advantage of that. Click the Bybit tutorial right here. Click it right now, and we will end the episode today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, guys, bye-bye.